so we'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome everybody who's joining us tonight for the school board meeting. We are live streaming the event, so please note that the green light is on, so we are live. So we'll also welcome those who are joining us via the web. So the first item on the agenda is the consent agenda items. I believe, Earl, that you want to make a motion to remove?
Yes, I'd like to remove some of the claims there on the agenda.
Okay. So the first thing we'll do is we'll take a vote to remove claims. Earl has made a motion to remove claims from the consent agenda. So I will need a second.
Second.
I have a second from Tony. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay. And then now I need a motion for the additional consent agenda items. Okay, so I have a motion by Travis. Do we have a second? And a second by Earl. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Okay. So now we'll move down to community non-agenda items. So I would ask if anyone's present to speak on any item that's on the agenda or any other item. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on. A couple of things that we want to voice our appreciation. Tonight is Tony and Susan's last board meeting. So I think I'm going to have you stand up and come to the middle of the tables. So we won't face you all, so because y'all know, but Susan and Tony have served, of course, the school board, and I know that not everybody is on a board, or especially not on the school board. This takes a lot of dedication, a lot of work, and I know that both Tony and Susan have the heart for this community and for our schools, for our public schools. So I just want to personally thank them for the work that they did. It's been a pleasure getting to know the two of you as a co-board member, and it's been great to work with you all. So thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you're going to get out of the picture, right?
You guys get in the middle.
Yeah, you guys get in the middle.
I can look really short.
There we go. 1, 2, 3. You got it. You're good. Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
And I know Nikki shared, but there are cookies and some lemonade or some punch out in the hallway. So if anybody gets up and leaves, please feel free to grab those cookies as we celebrate these two. Moving down to new business under administration. First is the Director of Curriculum and Instruction.
Yes, so I'd like to recommend Carrie Manowitz as the Director of Curriculum and Instruction, and I'm asking the board for approval of that.
Okay. I have a motion by Earl. I have a second by Pat. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Make her walk the walk.
Walk the walk. Yes, thank you. I'm super excited about this opportunity, and I appreciate your support.
Well, we're excited to have you in this different role. So,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
thank you, Carrie.
They came straight from a Christmas program, some of them at Hayden.
I know, I missed that.
Back.
Well, I can't believe you didn't bring any singers with you.
That is our go-to sometimes,
Hi,
isn't it?
sometimes.
Sorry, they were still performing and I had to sneak out.
Understood.
And if I could add, we are dedicated to making this a positive transition for Hayden Elementary, and so we will make sure that we take the time to thoroughly do a good search, and we'll support them during that process.
Absolutely. It's a priority. Under programs, we have a food service presentation.
Yes, Stacy Green's here to share with us some exciting options that we are going to have available for the high school.
Yes, I'm excited. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm excited to present. You have in front of you, I believe, in your packets, a serving line. This is what I would like to present for the high school. I'd like to implement 2 serving lines, which you see one here, not the long one, the one jutted out with a double register stand. And I would like there to be 2 of these, 2 fruit and vegetable bars, so that they can be self-served by the students. We would give them their main dish item and let them just help themselves to the fruit and vegetables. I did this where I came from, and it increased student participation immensely. And then I also implemented a Works bar. And the Works bar would be full of fruits and vegetables to fill their nachos, their burgers, their sandwiches up. This would allow us to also increase our menu options from 2 to 3 with the addition of scratch and homemade items. We have currently implemented lasagna, spaghetti, chicken Alfredo, Asian chicken, nachos. I'd like to make sure that every day there's a homemade or scratch item available at the high school level for sure. The little ones, they just love the chicken nuggets, corn dogs. But I will work with the high school first, and then hopefully implement something like that at the middle school. Going into the first of the year, they're going to try pot pie, buffalo chicken subs. I'd like to add country fried steak, chicken parmesan, enchiladas, and assorted subs and things like that. This will cost in the area of $200,000, which food service has the fund balance to offset that. So I just wanted to share with you the excitement. I want to make it a warm and welcoming experience for the students and not so institutionalized. So when they walk in, it's a place they feel that it is their time to eat and to enjoy their experience in the cafeteria with their fellow students and friends. So any questions for me on that?
Stacy has done a fabulous job making that food service balance have more opportunities for the kids and done some innovative things. So we appreciate her bringing those ideas to us and trying to always improve things for our kids. So we will bring this back for approval our next meeting. And if you have any questions in interim, please just reach out and let us know.
Yeah, please do. Thank you so much. I also would like to share our negative meal balance. It's kind of remained steady. The JCSC staff principals, administrative assistant secretaries, Nikki and I are all working together as a team to make sure that we communicate with the households. Keith and IT has also been a big part of that, making sure emails are sent home to the parents. Phone calls are being made at the, and this is all per our policy, phone calls are being made at the school level. And daily emails, like I said, when they fall below 0 in their account. We do want to make sure, and we are making sure, that all students do get a full reimbursable meal if they want one. So the state says that they can't charge their Gatorades and their chips and things, but if they want a full meal, they are getting a full meal. So that is where the charges come from, but we want to make sure we feed our kids and that we have fun doing it. So
We've had a lot of success with it, and we have to brag on our principals who've helped, reach out to families and community donors who've been angels to us in filling in those needs and helping pay off some things when kids need it. So it's been highly successful.
Oh, it's a huge team effort, and the principals and their secretaries are doing a stand-up job because they have the hardest job of making those phone calls home and talking to those parents. But they know their parents best, and the communication angle that needs to be done on that. And I did want to let you know that I have a combi oven being delivered at the high school over Christmas break. And the combi oven is an oven that bakes, steams, convections, and roasts all at the same time. The food will just have, since the state took the fryers out years ago, it's just been really hard to get that whole grain breading to the perfection it needs to be in the taste. This will help with that. And so I'm hoping I know the quality will be better, and I'm hoping the kids notice it right away. So that'll be implemented after the first of the year, and that had already, that's actually was purchased, gosh, I want to say 8 or 9 months ago, but it's taken that long with COVID, with equipment and everything. But thank you. Any questions on anything? No. Thank you so much for your time, and happy holidays.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
So again, I thank you very much for coming. We appreciate all of the great information. This was an informed item, and this will come back to the next board meeting for a vote. So
Thank you. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
grab some cookies on the way out.
Thank you.
Next, under professional staff, we have recommendations.
We have several recommendations. First recommendation is for Haley Gibbons for JCMS English teacher. Asking for approval.
Okay, I have a motion by Pat. Do we have a second? Second by Travis. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0.
Next is our annual high ability contacts. This is a stipend. This is part of a ECA annual positions. And so those are for Brush Creek, Cody Robbins, Graham Creek, Teresa Ragsdale, Hayden, Luann Gant, NVE, Casey Downey, Scipio, Emily Ponsler, Sand Creek, Abby Capes, middle school, Sabrina Nicholson and Tara Kelly at Split, and then at the high school, Charlie Wolf. So asking for approval.
So moved.
I have a motion by Tony. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Pat. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0.
And the next is for our Title I tutoring program with St. Mary's for the school year. We do this each year as part of our in-kind services for the Title I grant. So asking for those tutoring positions for Meredith Inman, second semester only, Lindsay Morris, Angie Kelly, and Sandy Kirsch.
Do I have a motion? I have a motion by Earl. Do we have a second? Second by Susan. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. And then, hold on a minute. Then we go down to support staff recommendations.
A list of recommendations asking for approval for Ralph Baird for Sand Creek custodian, full-time to part-time. Savannah Kinnear, Sand Creek Elementary Parapro, full-time to part-time. Pamela Craven as a district sub-nurse. Cheyenne Cravens as a high school special ed parapro. Rhonda Daniels as a Scipio special ed parapro. James Fuel as a corporation bus driver from 8 hours to 6 hours a day. Leah Harriman as a high school music parapro. And Jason Jennings as a corporation bus mechanic.
Do I have a motion to accept those recommendations? I have a motion by Susan. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Travis. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. And then under finances, we have several donations.
Yes, Coffee Creek Christian Church, $250 to Graham Creek for students in need. NBIC, $250 to NVE for the title books and supplies. Jennings County Public Library, $500 to the Scipio Elementary Library. Scipio Methodist Church, $100 to the Scipio Students in Need breakfast and lunch. Jennings County Purdue Extension Office, $45 in canned foods to the high school Panther Pantry. Roseacre Farms, a case eggs to the high school culinary arts class. Hardwood Farms, $1,000 to the high school for the winter formal. Emily and Mark Greenwald, $500 to the Jennings County High School Alternative Education Thanksgiving Dinner. Leanna and Matt Matern, $100 to the Alternative Education Thanksgiving Dinner. Tempest Tool and Die, $250 to the high school Black Cat Racing Team. Vogel Mowing Services, $100 to the Black Cat Racing Team at the high school. Steve Elsner, $500 to the high school Culinary Arts class. Mid-American Safety Solutions, $500 to the high school Alternative Education Thanksgiving Dinner. Jennings County Community Foundation 2022 Classroom Grant to high school teachers Pam Lovegrove, $364.42, Debbie Jackson, $297.70, and Tracy Martin, $57.26. Zion Baptist Church, $500 to the Hope Food Program. Joys of Giving, $1,000 to the Hope Food Program. And Joy of Giving from an anonymous donor in honor of Bob Kent, $3,000 to the Hope Food Program. Asking for approval to accept.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Pat, I have a second by Tony. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next, sub pay rate.
So asking for approval to increase our sub-pay rates. Having quality substitute teachers in our classrooms is absolutely critical. We think that increasing our rates will make us competitive with surrounding communities, so that when our teachers need to be out for illness or for training, that we make sure to have someone in the classroom qualified with our kiddos. So asking for the high school, someone with a high school diploma for the rate to go from 70 a day to 95, an associate's degree 75 to 100, bachelor's degree from 75 to 105, a teaching license 90 to 120, and recognizing needs for licensed teachers as expected by the state. Our retired teachers, Jennings County retired teachers in good standing, asking for that rate to be 110 to 238.39, and that would begin on day one with no more delay of when that pay rate would change. So asking for approval of those rates.
Motion for that.
Motion by Tony, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Chelsea. Any discussion?
Just a comment that we're right at or above anybody around us, aren't we?
Yes.
So I want to make sure everybody hears that. If you want a good job, we pay more. So
I do think it will make a difference. It will make a big difference. And
yes,
there's people from the surrounding counties that are,
yeah.
should be here, maybe. So it's good.
Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all of those in favor? 7-0. Next, we have the Ready Grant Match Commitment Letter.
We have reached the exciting point in the Ready Grant process that we are ready to ask for approval of our match commitment. So this is a letter that will make sure that we can get the matching dollars from the Ready Grant. So we are committing that we will bond for $1,136,101, which will be matched by the Community Foundation. So asking for approval of the official letter that we can send, that we are in agreement and ready to move forward.
Asking for a motion. Motion by Travis. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Pat. Any discussion?
Just to make it clear, this is directed towards skilled trades, is that right?
That is correct.
Skilled trades coming to Jennings County.
Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all of those in favor? 7-0. Next, we have a resolution, a couple of resolutions.
Yeah, the normal resolution, because our next meeting won't be till January 12th, so resolution authorizing treasurer, deputy treasurer to make payment of claims without board prior action to the January 12th, 2023 meeting, and allow the treasurer, deputy treasurer to make transfers of appropriation within education, debt service, and operations in order to balance major classifications.
Okay. Do I have a motion? A motion by Susan. Do we have a second? Second by Tony. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0.
Second resolution is the normal year-end resolution with getting things balanced for the Form 9. It's a resolution authorizing treasurer, deputy treasurer to make temporary transfers from a fund having a sufficient balance to a fund having a depleted balance for the 12/31 cash flow.
Motion by Travis, do I have a second? Second by Susan, any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next we go down to property.
Yeah, you have the proposal from Martin Riley. I'm asking the board for approval for the proposal from Martin Riley Architects and Engineers. This proposal is for architects and engineering services for roof replacement work at Grand Creek Elementary School Area 5, which is just the canopy by the gym, roof repairs at Brush Creek Elementary, Sand Creek Elementary, Hayden Elementary, and masonry-related work at Norfolk Elementary School for 2023. So this is just the engineering and services fees.
So moved.
I have a motion by Pat, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Tony, any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0.
Thank you.
And then under operations, let's talk about the calendar.
Yeah, asking for approval of the 23-24 school year master calendar. It's been selected from 3 options by the JCCTA and discussed by administrators, so asking the board for approval.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept the 2022 or 2023-2024 calendar? I have a motion by Travis, do I have a second? Second by Susan, any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. And then next under the agenda is claims, and I believe, Earl, you wanted to make a motion to remove one item from the claims list?
Yes.
To table it?
The Indiana School Board Association dues, administration dues, like to have that table.
Okay, and that is for $250.
Yes.
So the motion on the floor is to remove the ISBA dues for $250 from the claims list and that to table that. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? I have a second by Chelsea. Any discussion?
This will be discussed then in next meeting?
Yes, correct. Any additional discussion? Okay, all of those in favor to table this item, we'll vote now. 7-0. And then we'll take the rest of the claims all together as a group. So now I'm looking for a motion to accept the additional claims from the claims list. I have a motion by Tony. Do I have a second? I have a second by Susan. Okay. Susan, we'll take Susan. Any discussion? Okay, all of those in favor? 7-0. Now we're down to other. Nothing? Well, if there's nothing under other, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Just one quick. I'm gonna miss these two. I really am. They come up with some good stuff that make you listen, and in some cases make you change your mind. But they're really dedicated people, and I'm very proud to get to know them and be associated with them. But thank you, both of you.
Yeah, I'd like to say also that I appreciate all the support in the past 16 and a half years. Notice my wife, she came to 2 meetings. First one and last one. And she said, where is she?
She left.
That's why I have hearing aids.
She's out in the hallway enjoying the cookies.
Anyway, I just appreciate the support, and this board has been, really enjoyable to work with. We had our ups and downs, but everybody came together and did what was best, I think, for the kids. So I do appreciate it, and just looking around and seeing the people that and for 32 years I taught school, and Susan probably more than that, but there were. I didn't mean it that way.
you, don't worry about it.
I meant watch that over and over and over.
You know why I don't say anything. But anyway, real quick, Carrie, and Nickel, they come up and taking over the system and moving into the positions they're in. It's great because, I knew those kids years ago, and they're not kids anymore. I think, man, how old am I? But anyway, I remember Carrie sitting at a specific table, and this was back in the good old days where we had to change classrooms. We moved around, taught health and PE, so we just put wherever we were at. So we were in the old cafeteria at the old school, and she don't even remember it, but we used to have to go in and clean the tables with ketchup and french fries and all that stuff. The kids would help clean that up before we could have class there. So, those were the good old days. But anyway, I just appreciate it. I will miss it, but I won't miss it. So, it's time, and I'm glad I see the 2 new members coming on. So it's definitely a great experience. So, thank you all.
Speech?
I guess I have to follow up. I don't know, I just thought about all the individual members on this board, and I really appreciate Tony. He's the voice of reason. He always has the voice of reason for input. Pat, you couldn't ask for anybody to be more passionate about public education than Pat is. Travis, he's the best listener. He listens to everyone. And Amy's got outstanding leadership skills. I think that's obvious. And it's so nice that she shares those with the community through this public service. Here's our industrial insight, because she doesn't come from the world of education. She can give us all kinds of insight into how the real world works. And she's also, our millennial? Is that right? She's also a millennial that tells us that, we don't do chalkboards anymore. And then Earl.
Yeah.
What can you say
What
about
can you
Earl?
say?
Earl, there's just nobody like Earl. And I've learned a few lessons from Earl.
Yeah.
So, I've enjoyed my 4 years, and I'm like Tony, it's time to step back, because I'm kind of still in the pencil paper mode, and I think that's a thing of the past now. So, but I've enjoyed working with everyone. I think Nikki's done a tremendous job stepping into the new role, and I'm very encouraged by all the new things that I see happening.
Yes.
And good luck, girls. And I know you'll do fine.
And again, I think it's worth recognizing, of course, the board members that are leaving, and this will be their last board meeting, but again, the two who have been elected to join us starting in January. So we'll look forward to board training with the 2 of you, and then onboarding you, and we look forward to learning from you all, because that's what this is really about, is learning from each other. And again, focusing on putting your kids first. All right, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn. I have a motion from Travis. Do I have a second? Second.